Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Happy Wednesday to you. Okay. Hopefully the week finds you well, healthy, dry, all that type of good stuff. Kind of close caption. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Not turning on. Maybe I gotta refresh the page. What now? Okay. It is listening to the mic. There we go. But there's like a caching issue or something. Let's see real quick. Oh, actually I just can show it with you guys, but let's get into it. All right, so we're live, and we're live with the new extension version at that. I should add my channel to my quick dial, my bobber. Oh, we're gonna deal with some Inception here. Ooh, Saba. What the heck, Saba? Okay, so this should, it looks like it's working. It's a little, let's see. I mean, the latency to this is probably a lot. I mean, my video just froze, first of all. But it kind of comes in as a feed of text, just a little bit. So each statement kind of persists per line. So it's a little bit better. It persists a little bit longer. Streamception. And then the other feature that we added in is dragging it. So you can drag it and move it out of the way. So that's the other thing, and then we can reset the position to bring it back to where we had it before. So just a couple back end tweaks that we made, and just like a little moving around to get it out of your way in case it's blocking someone's face or the game or whatever. Move it up there or whatever, and then or if not, just toggle it off. We're getting there. We's getting there, but what's up, Alka? How you doing? Alright, let's go into the local host, man. It's the local host. Uh-oh. Maybe, this is interesting. Well, I shuffled around some project directory stuff, so things breaking, it makes sense. So let's start digging into things. All right, so bundle exec, file directory, no modules in webpack. Interesting. It didn't. Let's see. So, hey, Frackberg. Thank you very much for the host. I believe Frackberg might be part of the new team. I haven't checked on everyone that joined the team. Let's find out right now who is on the stream team. Rabbi Frankberg. What's up? Actually, I haven't checked in on what the new stream team looks like. So let's look at the best or one of the attractive ways we can find that information out. Yeah, the CC is gonna get it confused on a lot of things. Okay, so this is this team right now. Oh, well, you're not part of the team, but you gave me a host. I think this is unless it didn't refresh. But what's up? Thank you for the host. Let's see if I click on, I should be able to click on this and it takes me to the actual stream team. Oh, there's one additional person. Let's see. I know I'm caching team members, so it should be. You got you into Twitch. I know I'm caching team members, so what if this is just a caching issue with the stream team? The cache, I think the cache has to invalidate before it pulls in the new team members. Interesting. Wonder how long it's gonna. I forget how long I said it. It's been too long. What's up, Breckberg? Thank you very much for the host. How you doing tonight or today, whatever it is? Yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep an eye on this to see when the cache invalidates for pulling in the new team members. There's going to be a whole redesign of this to push everything to the client side, because everything's fetched from the server side before, and this was before Twitch changed their API policies or their rate limits. So I think I'll be able to refactor this to pull from the client side for each individual viewer. So and now I don't have to worry about rate limits that way. So there's optimizations to come once we're done with our current extension and get back to the old extensions. Hey, look, you can see the closed captioning functioning right here. That's pretty cool. All right, we shuffled around some code, so we broke stuff. So who's the owner of Live Coders? The owner of Live Coders, C# Fritz. And I think we're right now adding more people is on hold until there can be one of the first until there can be like a meeting to talk about criteria and stuff like that for team members and process for adding team members to the team, basically. So bin Webpack. So Webpack isn't present. Why isn't Webpack present? That is odd. The heads up, fall back. A yarn install triggered for this. Try to go into the container. Me too, one day for everyone. They're just the team's just barely a week old, so there still needs to be some process involved to add people and making sure they're a part, they meet the goals of the team itself. The team itself isn't designed just to be a team for coders, live streaming coders. It's designed, the goal of the team is to be live streaming coders that try to enable others to learn and grow and stuff like that. So that's the overall motivation for the team. Education, learn, grow, provide advice, all type of stuff. Help out the community. Okay, so we're gonna do, so the bundle worked. I wonder if something screwed up the executable stuff. ls, so it was trying to run a command. So let's see, compilation failed. Oh, Webpack execute no such file directory, no production, no modules. Maybe it's the yarn that failed, although it shouldn't have. Oh, you know what? It probably did fail. Never mind. 100% failed. Because since so here's the thing. Since we moved around stuff, we deleted the node modules folder. So it went ahead and created the Docker container, ran all the commands, run bundle install, ran yarn install and stuff like that, and then it booted up the server, and then when I was trying to serve my assets, it was trying to run Webpack. But by the time the container is actually running, I had mounted a volume in there saying that what's in my directory right now mirrors what is supposed to be inside the Docker container. Well, in my directory right now, I didn't have a node modules folder. So that was created on the image build process. So there was a breakage in here. Like in 1534. Thank you very much for follow. Welcome to the Goose Nest. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, let me know. Otherwise, enjoy the stream. So yeah, so that was the gotcha. So I had to go into the container and run yarn install in order to get the dependencies back, since it was a file volume mounting or folder volume mounting. One way I could probably get around that issue in the future for development work is create in the gem file or in the Docker file the entry point, modify this to make sure to run yarn right here in here. Stream needs more streamcast. I haven't even begun to type yet. Always with the streamcast, man. Always with the streamcast. What's up, Nightshade? My dude. So yeah, so if I modify this to when the Docker image mounts to do the yarn install, that would solve that issue. This issue right here. If we did it on Docker entry. It's so meme worthy. Yes, it is. Especially since I enlarged the text on my IDE. It makes it so massive. All right, almost done. It's taking forever. Then we can get into doing the redesign stoof and things. All right. So now, fingers crossed that if I refresh this, everything should work. There we go. That's our website. Woo! Check it out. So here's the intro page. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time. So I'm thinking about dedicating, let's see. I'm thinking about having next week partially dedicated to, well, next week's gonna be dedicated to getting all the assets and stuff ready for the submission of the extension to the competition. I'm gonna make the image icons. I'm going to try to make a video walkthrough. Maybe we'll make the video walkthrough on stream. I'll just mute all the alerts and stuff like that and just record a walkthrough. Maybe even do some editing. It's off purple. I mean, this purple right here matches this purple right here. So this is just a button that I just added, connect to Twitch. So I need to modify this color right here to be the true Twitch purple for this button. Yeah, and these are links. So these are a blue, link color blue. I think they're links. Yeah, this one's a link. I don't know. I haven't 100% worked on finishing touches. We've been doing the whole overall redesign, and then we're gonna do a pass to polish things and get rid of the image, maybe adjust the typography if needed. We did that part. We got to connect with Twitch. We have this. I need to work on caching because the way things are being cached right now with turbo links is making things look really weird. So click on that. Invalid client. That's interesting. Oh, I know why it's an invalid client. Because since I move things around, my secret key to decrypt my credentials doesn't exist in here. So we're going to have to we'll go into this view. Well, pixel weird. Okay, like a weird pixel, a weird thing on my screen made my facial hair look weird. Okay, so I got to bring this off stream in order to make that credentials file. Hey guys, how's it going? To pull up my credentials file. Go away. So I have to make a config master key. In the config folder, I have to make a master.key file. And then I have to copy that key into here, which I've stored elsewhere. You can see my picture of my eyes. I'm not even looking at my secrets yet, so I have no, like Nightshade said, you can see my soul. That's what you see, that shimmer. Let's see, so I think here, in this file right here. Yeah, so that's that. Let's move over here. Close this. Put that in here. Save that file. Close that. Do that. And then let's test this right quick. Ooh, still. Oh, I might have to restart the server. Touch temp restart. Okay. Server restarting. Give it a hot second. Okay, so now that's looking good. Connect with Twitch. It's doing stuff. Doing stuff. And it did stuff. Yeah. Doing stuff. Woo! They're messing with your mind. You can also control them just a little bit if you wanted to. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. The old Juvenile days. I know, they're very retro. Alright, so we have the site up and running locally. Let's double check that going live, turning this on works. So yep, it works. It's showing the text and stuff like that. This a very abrupt banner pops out. We're gonna want to do some polish later on to animate this in. Might be dating a little bit with that one. Maybe. might be today. Really? That's weird. Alright, so all this works. Let's turn this off and we'll switch back to production version of this. So there we go. So these should click out to the installation page for the extension. Enable as an overlay brings you over to this page, and then go live, and these do nothing technically. And so we were gonna work on this part. I was gonna add like a little thank you, so I was gonna bring back the thank you message. You would Windows ME? I remember Windows ME. What about Windows? Oh man, it was before Windows. It was before Windows 95. I remember way back in the day when I was a wee lad playing with using like Windows 3.5 or something, whatever it was called, like that. I forgot the name of it already, what version number it was. 3.1. There you go. 3.1. Oh man, that was way back in the day. With networking, I know. Way back in the day when I was like still like in like first or second grade or something like that. I remember playing games on our Commodore 64. And then like I stopped playing games for a period of time, and then I forgot the commands in order to start the games. So I couldn't play the Commodore 64 anymore because I couldn't remember the damn commands in order to run the games. And like we didn't have post-it notes and stuff like that to stick it on there. I had a Commodore 64 before that was a little before. I remember I got so scared because one time I left the monitor on for the Commodore 64 and it burned the cursor onto the screen. I was like so scared that I was gonna get a whooping from that. Remember that, guys? Remember the real reason screensavers existed? Like they actually saved your screen. That's why they're called screensavers. So I was thinking that we would convert this guy right here to being a fab. So it was going to be a floating button that was going to be a heart, and you clicked on it and it showed a modal saying thank you. Paying for the flying toaster screensaver. Degaussing was a thing, yep, All right, so we're gonna try to move this guy into a modal. The source code for this still exists, but it's commented out. So it should be under JavaScript. Source, wait, it's not, never mind, it's not under JavaScript, it's under the regular view. Dashboard, index. I'm gonna rename this modal to browser warning modal, and then this is browser warning modal. Wait, I typed modal twice. Ignore me. Hello, because with this so far, I was curious, after a stream session, could the streamer save the transcripts? No, that's gonna be a future thing that I'm gonna try to figure out how to do, is saving the text-to-speech or speech-to-text transcript. So, hey, Gohaku88, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Goose Nest. But yeah, that's gonna be something that is roadmap to try to figure out how to do. I'm not exactly sure how I saw the problem yet for that, but yes, I do want to say, there's been a couple people that asked for saving the transcript, so I want to try to do that. And then I have to figure out how to do that, and then also try to optimize for costs or start charging. The idea is most likely for more advanced features to charge broadcasters to activate those, basically, depending on how much of a hit to the pocket, but overall this is going to be. So so at the last one of the Twitch dev talks, I asked about like, oh, is it possible that if a person subscribed to my channel, will I be able to offer capabilities to a broadcaster for the extension, like enhanced features? And they basically said no. I I'm not sure if that's going to change in the future. It'd be cool to do that because that's a really easy thing to do. As long as you're subscribed, you have the features. If there's an API I can pull from that from my channel and activate the features. But I've looked into potentially using something like Patreon also to do that, you know, easy monthly reoccurring type of thing. Implement a Patreon Connect for the website so it knows whether you're a subscriber, and then activate those features. It would be better if they just make subscription product within the extension. That would be really cool. Maybe I mean, who knows what they're road mapping with it, because they already have the infrastructure for it. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. All right, we need to make sure that the modal still works. So we need to open this up in a different browser. Okay, the modal still works. Wait, this is not. This is production. I want to go localhost. Okay, still works. Well, I wonder if we could do a black, like a grayed out background for the modal. Let's see, MDC modal. Or dialogue. It's called dialogue. It's not called a modal. It's called a dialogue. Let's look at the demo. So let's see. Alert. It's doing the. I am using dialogue. Say dialogue. Yeah, it's doing that subtle background color change. Very subtle. Let me bring back a tab. Localhost 4000. What's up, creative? How's it going? Dashboard. Yeah, it's not doing the background thingamajigger. Let's find out why. Let's see. So yeah, the MDC dialog, we have the whole structure for this. My dialogue title. Wrong browser. Let's update the copy for this. Hold on. Please use Chrome. Streaming earlier than 11 p.m. for me, so I can actually watch. Feels East Coast, man. Let's see. Modal, true. So this is just the accessibility stuff. Alert. So the role is an alert dialogue. I wonder if it's the alert that affects things. Let's see. So dialogue. Those styles. So we have all the styles imported in. The dialogue makes no assumptions about the MDC dialogue content. Let's check. Yeah, so it doesn't care about what's inside it. Simple dialogue. Confirmation dialog. The confirmation dialog lists icon buttons, confirm, cancel. Choices are confirmation radio buttons, checkpoints indicating multiple sections. Note that the example above actually closes the action line on dialog actions. Do 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 do. So let's see. So scrim click action. Both. I think that's the one thing I'm missing from this. I removed this scrim. I wonder if this is. Let's see. What is the scrim click? So both of them have both we access customized via the scrim click action. Result in action being disabled. Let's see, dialog scrollable, opening. Mandatory semi-trans, there it is. Okay, so I left out the scrim click. So that is a sibling of dialogue content. So it will go right here then. There we go. That solves that problem. So that didn't break there. Let's go to El Firefox. There we go. Now we got the background. Nice. Nice. Very nice. And then we're going to want to implement a new modal. So we're just going to copy and paste this whole modal code and make a new modal. And it's going to be a new partial. It's going to be the thank you modal. .camel. .html. .camel. The role is an alert. I guess it's still an alert. I need to look up properly labeling these ARIA label stuff, like what's acceptable, what's not. I did. It looked really cool. Along with that, one of the, I need to deploy my changes to this because I don't have Twitter listed on there. Oh man, let me switch over here. Yeah, one of the other, Serpent AI, he used to stream on Twitch. He did a lot of AI stuff for it, and he was working on, he's been doing stuff like that also. I know, I got the verification code text. So this is the stuff he's been doing too, playing with. So. Yeah, he's been working on this stuff. Pretty cool, huh? Like, this is like a, we asked him to do a time lapse of. Yeah, so. Yeah, he hasn't streamed in a while, but he's been tweeting out every once in a while the work he's been doing. All right, so we created a new modal. And then we want to port over what we were saying up here for the thank you. So dialogue over here becomes thank you. Do. All your current stuff. That's cool. Yeah, the Deep Dream stuff's pretty intense. Yeah, it's really cool. Nice. You found something fun to do. Okay, and we need to take this right here and place it over here. And then we got to make sure to indent this properly. Dominic Girl's a streamer on Twitch. Ooh. To make some extra use money. Oh, that's interesting. That's a nice idea. I guess you just have to make sure that the original images you used have no okay, yeah, that's the one thing you have to be very careful of, is that making sure that the images you use have the rights for reuse after modification for selling. All right, so we made a new modal. This is going to be a hard icon eventually. So let's make sure to render that modal out in here. So we don't need an ID. So leave that for now. Dialogue. Thank you, dialogue. Thanks you. Thank you, dialogue. And then this is the think dash you dash modal. So that shouldn't break anything. That's introducing HTML to the page. That's hidden until we figure out how to show it. So if we're working with a modal, so let's see the examples they have for showing the modal. So they say, let's see, so that's how you grab a modal. So NDC makes NDC content elements, any list, checkbox, etc. must be instantiated. Additionally, all layout on any applicable components. Oh, I see. After the MDC opened. Gotcha. I'm wondering if there's just like a simple HTML element that we can use that will open up the dialogue. If not, we just have to invoke them from Java, wire up some JavaScript. Do 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 do. So there's properties on the dialog. Here's the actual methods. Here are the events that would fire off if a modal's opening. Using the art I upload, and I'm going to make a collections around of 9 images. Oh, that's cool. Nice. It's a nice passive income source for very not a lot of work. Using within a web framework. Gray dialogues. Okay, we're not using a web framework. We don't have to worry about that. All right, looks like we just have to set up a button to find it and click on it. We'll put an ID on here that is the thank you. I'm gonna start thank you. Model again. If one of my connections is popular, I could easily make an extra couple $100 a month. I'm doing it mainly just for the hopes of offsetting the cost of my Patreon subscription to them for $15 a month. Rickety Rocket. Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, we gotta crack open the JavaScript. So I think I have it in the packs where I'm doing this. Yeah. No Chrome warning. So I have the code where I find and open up this guy model right here. Let's see. What's the Twitch icon to the left of my editor, by the way? This is the Twitch highlighter. So if you do exclamation point line with a line number on it, it'll highlight that line. Just like that, out good. So that adds a way to shout out lines of code. Damn it, creative. Learn to type exclamation points. Hey, what's up, Larson? How's it going? You finally got it though, you got it to 12. Over here is where we're gonna actually add this logic to find the function or the thingamabar. Open model. Open thank you model. You don't have to use a keyboard, and you call yourself a programmer. You are not wrong. Typing is hard. I mean, you got to put your fingers in the right spot. If not, everything is off by one. I mean, like, how horrible is that? Why can't the keys just come to your fingers as you think about typing? And try to type on your laptop. That's me every day. I always have a split keyboard. I have a Kinesis Freestyle here at this computer, and I have a Kinesis what do you call it? I can't remember off the top of my head. The other Kinesis keyboard. The other one, there. That's technical enough. That's enough information. Advantage, there you go. I could fill out the keyboard. Yeah. Mad respect to those people that have the commitment to go full blackout on their keyboards and just like not see any of the keys. Oof, man. Oof.
We're going ballistic, man. Go get him.
Hey. Nick Larson with the Prime sub. Whoa, guys. Hold on. We got to get back into this mode.
I'd like to thank Nick Larson for the Twitch Prime sub. He could have used his Twitch Prime sub anywhere on Twitch, but he decided to use it on little old me. Thank you very much. This is the end of the announcement.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the sub love. Yes, if you got them, rock them, give them the hearts.
Susan, if you have some spare time, you have a cleanup on aisle 3. I repeat, a cleanup on aisle 3.
I used to work in a department store. So like doing the calls over the intercom, you know, and stuff like that. When someone's like complaining about like their like, it's like, this is this is supposed to be on sale. It says on this sign right here. It's like, no, miss. It clearly states, the thing you're trying to like, it was over here. It says it's this price. No, miss. The product you're actually purchasing belongs over here. And if we go over here and look at the sign, it says right there, I don't know, like your New Balance Easy Striders is $59.99, not $19.99. And they're still gonna complain. And then you gotta go on the intercom and go like,
LOD to the shoe department. LOD to the shoe department.
and that's like, exactly. Sorry, some kid didn't put them back where they belong. This is why you need to put your shit back where you found it. And if not, you just gotta hide it really well if the department is too far away and you do not want to walk back. That's what you do. You put it in a crevice. So no, and you do that as a favor to everyone else in case they don't find it. Okay, so we created the modal. Let's figure out how to make the fabulous. What's this supposed to be? Why isn't this loading? What if their intercom actually modified the sounds to be like they couldn't actually sound crisp, but everyone would feel weird if it's out of normal? What if? What if? All right, let's see. Babs. And then on the record, it looks like they still have the one item left, but no one can find it. Yep. One item left, but no one can find it. Yep. So we're gonna try to do the this heart fab. Let's look up the documentation for that. I hate how the example on the documentation are split for material design. Like, it's such a shitty experience. Where is the fabulous layout grid? Buttons. There we go. Floating action button. Talk about inconsistency. Fab over here, and then they call it the full name over here. Floating action button. Thank you for that user experience. Happens way too often. Is there anything? I think. Does anything have a good doc experience? Let's be honest here. React's document experience is getting better. Vue.js's docs are actually pretty solid, I have to say. Damn it, I didn't want to click that. I just wanted to like hover over it. Let's see. So here's how to make a fab. Pretty straightforward, it looks like. The fab will work without JavaScript, but you can enhance it with a ripple effect. Extended fab? What the hell's an extended fab? Oh, this is an extended fab. Okay. Problem solved, or question answered. Carry on. And then, ooh, the positioning. Okay, well, let's make the fab. So we're going back to the dashboard index page. And we're gonna add a fab right here. So it is a button. And it has an ARIA tag. So with a little thingy like that. Let's do this real quick. Wrap it like that. And then we'll get rid of that. This is supposed to be a span. Get rid of this stuff. Vary put a period. This gets this gap replaced with that. And then like that. And then there's Twitch docs. I think they only have like one or two people working on Twitch docs, which just explains why like it's always like they always need to work on it. And upgrade it. They have to take it. I mean, it's tough upgrading existing docs to new docs, to their credit. Probably want to kill themselves. Yeah, they had to take an already existing site, documentation experience, and then try to port it over and make it extensible for other things. Doing docs is not simple. We all meme about it, but that stuff ain't simple at all. Okay, so this is thank you. I'll do FAB thanks. Oh wait, I have to do it the other way. Or I can do thanks FAB? I'll do FAB thanks. Like that. I want to look at the documentation now. Let's go down to I was on the design team for Stack Overflow Docs experiment. Basically, as far as we really got was finding out what the real problem were. Fixing them was very hard. Was way too hard, and we dropped the project. Oof. All right, creative, thanks for hanging out. I know it's pretty late, you got work tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out and giving that creative dab for peace. Peace. All right, so let's see what it says right here. It says additional information, positioning. Developers must position the MDC fab as needed within their application design. And let's see, they do a min width of this. Let's just copy and paste this and see how this looks. So I'll have to put this in our CSS file. So over here in styles, we'll throw it into the dashboard. And then we're dealing with, what did we call it? We call it fab thanks is what we're targeting. Probably could have just did like a full line selection and deletion of ideally. Okay, let's see what happens. compiling, so that's why it's taking a while for it to refresh. There it is. We got it right there. We gotta tweak the styling a little bit. So I think the right positioning's fine. We just have to tweak the bottom positioning. We can do like a straight up 10 maybe? Or should we go a little bit higher? Or no? I guess it just depends, right? It just has to be high enough over this. So we can do like 8.5. What happens if we just do a straight 8? We'll do a straight 8 Alodora. For that, if we go like this. And then there is some styling for if it's larger than 1024 or smaller than 1024, sorry. I guess I'm just gonna keep it to 8 for either dimension for now. Tweak it later. So we're doing 8s. Oh wait. We want to keep the right 1.5. 1.5. We want to keep the bottom 8s. Alright, let's see. There it is. Oh yeah, I didn't do the top nav to do the hamburger view if it gets too small. I need to tweak that. I think that's fine for now. Let's see, we're gonna get rid of all this. We don't need any of that code. Didn't break anything, right? Nope, we didn't break anything. We're still good. Okay, so now we need to do the whole dealing me deal with clicking. Ooh, Frackberg with 150 biddies. Thank you, man. Making it flash in here. 150 biddies and no message. Oh my. How generous of you. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the support from you guys. I'm gonna take a page out of C# Fritz's book and we're gonna do some code graffiti. So we're about to code in here. So I'm going to say that 150 bits. So hold on. So I guess we'll say bits. 150 from Frackberg. Boom. So you'll be immortalized in our code base. So this is something that C# Fritz does, and it's a great idea. So I'm gonna start doing it too. I just gotta remember, if I forget, guys, remind me to do it, because it's definitely a new habit to learn. Okay, so what we're gonna start writing is a listener for the fab button to be clicked, and then we'll trigger showing the modal. Let's look at some of the example code here. We're going to see if they have anything interesting has to do with the fab, but it looks pretty straightforward. So we would do a check for document. So const thanks.
I feel the need.
The need for speed.
Ow!
DVRX Slade, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Goose Nest. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, let me know. Myself or anyone in chat is typically more than happy to help you out. So thanks Fab, and then we want to do a document dot query selector and we're gonna try to find the Fab. Thanks. I still don't have that enabled for the songs playing. I need to spend some time to do it. But if you're curious about the song, the is called Remember Carpenter by Isidore. Shame. Ding 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 ding. Shame. So yeah, so if you're curious about if and then if you need to find the song, it's always within somewhere within this playlist, within my library. Close this out. I don't need to have that open. So we have the thanks Fab. So if we find it, then we want to listen to thanks dot what do you call it? Want to listen to the on click event. So event add event listener click. That's how we're gonna do this. Or bedtime for you, Frack. Thanks for hanging out, man. Greatly appreciate the company and the biddies and the host. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a great rest of your week. Okay, so I can't remember right now. Just song click listener. I'm kind of brain dead right now, guys. Add event listener. Wait, what? Hold on. Maybe it just didn't find it. Console. Illegal invocation caught. That's interesting. Let's redock this back in like that. Clear. Oh, illegal invocation. Let's try this. Add event listener. Nice little documentation right here. Okay, that did work. It looks like just the way I was doing it wasn't working. So what we want to do is just call. I'll just do this. Open. Thank you, modal. Like that. Let's refresh. There we go. And then we have to change this to a heart icon. Thank you for taking part in this video. Blah blah blah. I gotta spell extension correctly. That could help. Come across as more sincere, maybe. Maybe. Extension. Okay, I gotta test a couple things. So we navigate away, and then query selector of null. So we got some errors being spit out for some dependency stuff because it's not finding certain elements. That's because of how the JavaScript runs. Why did this error out? So cannot read type. Query selector of null. Yeah.
You a long time no geese.
A long time no geese indeed. Hey Natalie, thank you very much for the 16 months of love and support. How you doing? It's been a while. I see you haven't frozen or anything like that. I see you're doing well. How's life been treating you? Hopefully a little bit less stressful. Okay, so we gotta fix a couple things with the event bindings and stuff like that. We wanna not do certain things if we don't see it. So first of all, it's this. So we don't wanna do this MDC select. Select if, well, we only want to do this if it's present. It's midterm week this week, and so I'm studying up. We had a big snowstorm. Ooh, snow. Did you go out and play in the snow, Natalie? To avoid doing work? Thanks, Fab. Go like this. Oh, but Natalie subs, so I'm going to do some graffiti right here. 16 months. From Natalie. Natalie EXO 93. There you go. Start doing that. And I'll do the same thing for Nick Larson. Actually, sub month prime from Nick Larson. Start giving a lot of love to everyone that's subscribing, all type of stuff. Pacific Northwest. Yes'm. Careful, guys. She's Canadian. She'd shank you for some maple syrup. Nothing but truth being spoken. Cannot read property query selector of undefined online on index. That's an interesting one. Oh, let's see. I did this over here because I need to do. Oh, this is select like this. Snow is heavy. Yeah, it sort of collapses. Oof. Just imagine if he had like a near flat roof and then having to worry about snowfall and then having to go outside and like shovel it off. Fabulous. And then we'll switch this button label, or switch this from being a button label to a hard icon. I wonder if this is just gonna work. Let's see, percent. If I can find the percent button. Dot material icons. Dot favorite. Forgot where I heard it from, but there was a volcanic eruption in the area and a lot of roofs collapsed because the ash from the volcano was heavy enough that, oh yeah, dang. It's like, yeah, it's a, oh look, it worked. Yay, little heart icon. Cool. That's crazy though, like having to worry about that. If you think about it. Well, so we refactored this into a modal for the little heart, thank you. So that's nice and smooth. One thing the other thing I want to try to do now is, oh, I just realized the text to speech wasn't on. But let's turn it on now. So the thing I want to do is when the text to speech is on, this turns green. So this whole title bar here will basically go background color like green, but like a nice green, not like, I don't know, like, I don't know. You need to figure out the green to use. That's legit. Yes, Natalie, yes. Now forest green's pretty nice. I like forest green. That makes my eyes go, I like that. Lime green, oof. Let's see, guys got green color suggestions. Let's see. What is the forest? What is the color palette for this? That. Oh. Oh. No, I didn't want to turn the color picker on. Did it still remember the color I wanted? Yeah, it did. All right, so what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna try to target this element right here, which is the MDL card. So we have to actually provide a class on this guy that we can target, or an ID that we'll target for this. So I think it's this guy right here that we want to target. Not the section, but this guy. The card title. Speech text title. Make this an ID. Dark green, dark sea green. Let's see what that looks like. Come on, let me edit. Oh, forgot the Octothorpe. That's interesting too. All right, well, since that's the first suggestion, that's the first color we're gonna work with. So I guess we can just do, we can create a class. So let's go into the SAS for the dashboard, and we'll make a class on Stripe. We'll just call it the on BG. Background. That color. This, yeah, no. The straight blue color is I'm gonna change. This is too what do you call it? Too harsh. This is gonna get softened also. Yeah. No. You don't hire me as an interior designer. No, you do not. Nope. You do not do that. Now we can get rid of. So we'll still target this by the speech to text title. And then we'll grab the speech recognition handler over here. What's my favorite color? For the longest time, my favorite color was actually black. What my favorite color is now, I don't know. Just straight black. On recognition start, we did the remember message, but also we're going to do the speech to text title. Text title. Technically, I can just make these consts, right? Here's a blue for the snack bar, and what up, Straw? All right, Nick, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night. Thanks so much for all the support for the Prime subbage. Really appreciate it. But how you be, Stroth? How you be? So the stripe should be in one of these CSS files, right? Dashboard CSS. Or did I do like a hard? Where did I? Or is this an application CSS? Here it is. So we're doing the title, and then title dot class list dot toggle, and the class we're tagging is on BG. Process the Cheesecake Factory meal. Oh man. Talk about a hefty meal you're processing. Good luck with that. Did you have a cheesecake for dessert? And if you did, which cheesecake did you get? Important questions. Nope, no cheesecake. Was stuffed already. What? Did you bring a cheese? Okay. Okay, I'll be okay if you didn't eat a cheesecake because you're stuffed already because you brought a slice of cheesecake home. That's the only way I'll be okay with this. So, did you bring a cheesecake home? A slice of cheesecake? Natalie. Alright, let's turn this on. No!
How could you do that, Stroth? You went to the Cheesecake Factory and you didn't bring home cheesecake? Unacceptable. Why?
Why, Stroth? Why? Ooh, lad. So how's this looking out? One thing we need to do is I want to try to actually animate this to slide in and slide out. So how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that? Because I don't know. We have the MDL card titled text. And then we have this what are we targeting? The remember message. That's what we're targeting. Where is the remember message? Oh, it's right here. So, do you remember when it was? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So the stripe. Let's see. We want to try to do an animation, right? So, how do you do the animation stuff? Animate, CSS. Animation tricks, CSS tricks, our friendly neighborhood CSS tricks. So I want it to like slide in and slide out, like animate appearing like that, kind of like this, you know? Or is it like, I think it's transform, right? The CSS animate showing hide show. So transition. I guess it'd be transition. Display. Let's see. So if I turn this off. All right, so we're going to head off to bed to study for this midterm. Heading off to study for this midterm. Love to see you. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Natalie. Good luck with your midterms. I didn't get to read, but did you say what class it is that you're studying for? The transition. Transition. Display. Space. Oh yeah, it's your fluff course. That's right. Ah, you can't animate display? Can you animate? You can animate visibility. Can you animate display? Or should I, or do I have to do well, CSS, animate. I'm gonna Google it or Bing it. With transition. So they're doing invisibility. Transition opacity, that's interesting. So if I do a visibility toggle instead, I just want it to slide, like, see how like it abruptly pops out? I want it to slide out. Whoop. You know, just like that nice slick effect. That's what I want it to do. Anime slide out. Slightly complicated. No, I do not accept that answer. Oh. So this guy does a height for it. That's how he's doing it. You need to wrap the element with the transition on the max height on the parent. On the parent. So the contents in here, so this would be the parent, right? So this stuff in here would be the stuff that we're transitioning. Oh, interesting. So this needs to be, this whole thing needs to be present. This guy right here. So I would have to, let's play with stuff. Let's see what happens. We're doing this. So we're getting rid of this. Putting that. So let's add this. And then if we say max height of 0, okay, and that's the weird stuff you were mentioning before. Maybe. Padding 0. Okay. So then if I go like this, Okay, so this might do it. This might do it. Where am I? But I want to animate your padding too. Wrapping it is better. I'm scared to wrap it. But I'll wrap it. All right, let's wrap it. So it would be. Hold on. Let me make sure, because I know I'm like overriding certain things, so I did a padding of 10 and stuff like that. Okay. So that would be the new element. Oh. That I'm wrapping. Let me see just about what's going on over here. So let me refresh this. Do that. Okay. So everything works. Everything's still working fine. And then instead of hide, we'll do the what do you call it? So
I feel the need.
the need for speed. Learn Rust. Thank you very much for follow. I have a suspicion that you might like the language Rust. Just a guess, but an educated guess. Thank you very much for follow. Welcome to the Goose Nest. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, let me know. Otherwise, just hang out, chill out, enjoy the stream. Alright, so we added that. And I guess what we want to do is, instead of hide, yeah. Right stripe. This is more specific to the stripe now with this logic, so X height 0. I think that I still have the padding on here, so this is what's gonna screw things up. I think, right? Because the padding is on the stripe itself. So I guess I can add the padding to the contents of, or, oh, hold on. I can restructure this, right? I don't have to do this. So the stripe has the styling and I'm just hiding the stripe, which lives inside of this guy. So I can target this guy instead. Class, animate, show. What do you call this? Animate, show. What do I want to call this? What do I want to call this? I guess animate show? I guess animated animated open. Animated bar. I don't even know what to call this. and apply a class hide bar. I'm horrible at CSS. Animated bar. That's what I called it, right? And then this is hide bar. Animated bar, hide bar is on. Is this gonna work? Ba-doo. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Oh wait, we're putting it on. Or applying it on the wrong thing. I need to add it. I need to add the ID there. I'm targeting the wrong thing. Okay. Oh. We need the animation to go both ways. So it doesn't animate opening. Transition. I feel like I just have to set a property on this in order to achieve that. Actually, I read what I'm doing. Need the transition to always be on. Do do do. And then, so I'm gonna look at the docs. Transition. So you need to add a class to say I want this animated, and then apply a class to now make this make it animated. Oh. So I already have so we have the class for I want this animated, right? This is what this is. If I'm not mistaken. Now make a class with the max height set, which is this one right here. And you want it to default to hidden. Yeah, so, and then, so right now it's defaulting. Oh, gotcha. So, max height 0 in the animated. So max height 0 in animated bar, and then 500 in show bar. So I have to do the inverse of it. That's what it is. And then the default to hidden. We're over here somewhere. And then apply the class. Show bar. Alright, something's weird. What the hell? I need to look up to get familiar with this stuff. Huh, that's cool. Ooh. Because I don't understand what this is doing, we're switching this to linear. Even though it's all like, it's scientific. Alright, sets how the intermediate values are calculated, CSS properties, and transition effect. Yeah, it goes up, it shows up really fast. And then it transitions away. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. Huh, that's cool. I see what it does now. It gives you finer grained controls of the animations. Okay, so transition property, what does that do again? So it says property sets its information width and transition effect should be applied. So which are properties it applies the animation to. I should probably try to add a transition effect to the background color change when I flip the switch too. Doo-doo. Ba-na. Out of curiosity. I always remember how I always study up or learn this stuff the hard way, like in a 6-month intervals, and then I forget it all. Oh, that cute, this thing made it slide way easier than linear. So we're keeping this. He's in out. Yeah, I've used ease in out before. And we're just gonna go back to that because I like the way it animated it compared to linear. Linear is too cold and abrupt. You, yeah. Oop, semicolon. Missing. Alright. Ta-da! Oh, look at you using Pug. This is a demo. Remember to click the thing. Let's see. Check it out, Alka. Thank you, by the way. Alright, so you are targeting the alert. And then within that alert, there's a div with all the information in there. So for the alert, you say show bar. Transition all one, ease in and out, and then if it's show bar, you set max height to that. All right, now let's take a look what's going on over here. Let's collapse this all down to be the one transition function then. Where we're selecting, we want to animate all the stuff, have it last for a second, and then that ease in, out, like that. Set the max height back to 0. I guess we don't have to have the pixels also. And because we're just saying flat out 0. And then the show bar, I guess we could nest the show bar within animated bar, a good measure if we wanted to. But there's not much else difference, right? We only see 80 pixels of it. Ah, that seems to be good. I mean, that works. Was it just it was just changing some trend, just changing this block right here that did it. Yeah, we didn't change anything else other than setting this to, this used to be 0 pixels. So all we did was just change this part and it worked. Weird. Okay. Thank you, Alka. We need to change the stripe styling to be, everything needs to be centered. I think I can just do like a flex display, flex with align items center and justify content center, like that. That'll do it. And that's for the stripe. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oop. All right, that looks better. It's all centered. Oh boy. I'm gonna change this from speech to text to actually say closed captioning. Because technically this is just turning on closed captioning. Closed captioning. Refresh. So that it's on or off. On. Do. Get that. I think we have basically completed the site, the redesign. I think we want to do a softer background color though, if I remember correctly. I think. Or should we keep it the solid white background with the card shadowing? That is our background color. Okay. Let's apply it to, I guess I'll apply it to main. Background. Oh. Oh wait, what? Not do it to me. We'll do it to the body. Let's see what happens if we add it to the body. Trying to figure out which element to add it to. Add it to. Whoa. Background. That. Oh, it's still doing that. What the hell? Oh, is this because this is like transparent or something? That's super weird. It doesn't have a background set, yeah. I was expecting it to have a background set, that's why. They never said that MDC list groups don't have backgrounds. Let's see what the design specs say about styling. Stuff. I think we're still using the old MDL grid. Yeah, we are. As soon as I do that has a background color. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we need to do migration from one. I might need to migrate the style, the elements we're using here from the old MDL, because there's a mix between MDL and material design elements here. So you can see we're using material design elements here, but then we're using the old MDL here for the grid, because that's what we started at, and I didn't want to have to recode everything again. An MDC there. Oh yeah, we used MDL because of we were able to easily change the color swatches. That's what I remember. We're using the MDC list group. Let's just quickly look up the list stuff. I guess we'll just set the background color to white, and that will be that for it, right? So MDC list group. I guess we'll do it on the section. MDL grid. So dashboard grid. And then we just say background is like that. And boom. Just like that. Or we can just override the MDL grid altogether. Let's go to application CSS. On our body tag, we were going to do the background color that Lurking Cat gave us. That one. And then for the... Do we have anything that overrides the MDL grid? All right, there. I guess we'll define MDL grid element somewhere around here. MDL dash grid. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Before I do that. We need to look at the main site, or the main page, not just this one. We're looking at things in isolation. This looks good, because these are cards. This is the background color. So all this looks pretty okay-ish. Let's sign out and sign back in. That looks good because that's a card. Click on that. And then that's the only thing. So if we make an MDL grid, a background color white, like that. That didn't have the effect I wanted it to. Background. I guess it would be a section. A section has a white background. Background. So I think that would be the best one. Do, 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 do. There we go. Turn that on, it animates in. Woohoo! Woohoo. Okay, so we have that. This is centered. This goes green. We can turn it on. Turn that off. It goes away. It slides down. I like that. We're gonna turn this on for production, so I don't have to keep on toggling that on and off. So we can keep the closed captioning on. The main page looks good. Just got to work on the color, the official color for the button, so it can be the official Twitch color. Sign out. We have to work on the notification right here. It's for when you sign in, sign out. This looks good. Let's connect. On the right to comply with the brand identity. Yeah, it is a little close. Do 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 do. Yeah, let's see what we can do about this part right here. So this element right here is flash messages that are tied to the layout of the page, and there's some logic in here that determines whether the hiders show these flash messages that are right here. So these are using the old these are using the MDL grid layout, it looks like now. Let's see. Let's try to look at the grid layout. You designed that to be a snack bar. The snack bar, I don't think I can make it a snack bar. At least I might not want to make it a snack bar because it could be a little annoying. Because the snack bars, the snack bars are triggered via JavaScript. So it just depends on how easy it is to invoke it, then we can try building it. Damn it, keep on clicking the wrong things. Well, let's take a look and see. I just wanted to play with it. I don't want to open a new page. So here's the snack bar, and let's see. So snack bar. So the snack bar, we have to code it to open the snack bar. So I guess we could try to trigger. Does it have to be at the bottom? I think those, I don't know. Let's see. I think snack bars are supposed to be at the bottom. TBH. Yeah, snack bars go at the bottom. Yeah, all the specs seem like they have banners. I guess a banner would be the thing to use. But banners aren't dismissible. Well, I guess they kind of are right there. So it could be a banner, but where in the design specs is their banner? Huh? Or at least in the actual code. Oh. For the web, it's planned. It's not available yet. How convenient. That's why we don't see it. Do 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 do. Yeah, but we want to have the material design stack bars at the bottom. We want it to be an alert at the top of the page, whereas the spec for material design snack bars go to the bottom of the page. But what's up, Cake? How's it going? I think I'm just gonna have like a little message thingy right here, potentially. Yeah, I wonder, I guess we could try to do the snack bar, but yeah, it would be at the bottom. Or signed in. I just have to figure out making it show up when they first signed in. So we did the, yeah, basically we're tuning things up. We had another release with major improvements to the extension that you guys can see. The stuff we worked on for the extension UI and improvements to how it lays out the speech to text are all stuff you guys can see right now. But what's up, Krasner? And then we're just polishing up the rough edges for the UI. So this is the, I'm pretty sure it's probably part of like one of the old specs on some other website, on some other material design website or something. Yeah, because this is the old page for the site. And here's the new page for it. The only thing we're trying to figure out is, I wonder if it's even worth it to have the authentication message in all honesty. If it's worth to even have this. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory that you're signed out. So are we trying to tackle a problem that is not needed? Or like a feature that's not needed, because we can just remove it. Nothing's obvious. I mean, it's pretty obvious if you sign in. So you go over here and you click on this. I mean, this is yeah, like you can't you can't mistake sign in to go here. That's at least one thing. No, you cannot see the dashboard unless you sign in. If you click on dashboard, I'm signed in, so you go here and you see the dashboard. If you sign out and you try to go here, it forces you to sign in. Although it flashed that page real quick. Yeah, the caching for the TurboLink's caching, I think, is really making the page look weird and render weird stuff. See, like this bar right here is no bueno. Let's go to the Rails. Do you have the Ruby on Rails documentation? Yeah, it's right here. Nope, didn't want to do that. Turbo. Where's TurboLinks? This is not the caching. Nothing is obvious. Yeah, I know nothing's obvious, but hoping the fact that you're logged in is obvious enough. Where's the TurboLinks documentation? Auto loading, reloading constants. Alright, well, I guess I'll Google it or look it up. Turbo links Rails. So TurboLinks, so you have this. Let's go through this slowly to make sure we get a full understanding of what TurboLinks does and how we can adjust it. So TurboLinks attempts to cache the page on rendering, and then instead of doing a full page refresh, what it does is it does kind of like a React-esque type DOM replacement. It does request a server, but then it just like does DOM replacements, and then if it's been to that page before, it tries to cache that page. You may wish to visit a location without history. So a replace visit, that to programmatic visit a location with replace restoration visits. Canceling visits before they start. Restoration visits cannot be canceled, but do not fire before the disabling TurboLinks on specific links. So telling it not to try to use TurboLinks when navigating to a certain page. Building your TurboLinks application. So TurboLinks is fast because it doesn't reload the page when you follow a link. Instead, your application becomes a persistent, long-running process in the browser. This requires you to rethink the way you structure your JavaScript. In particular, you can no longer depend on full page load to reset the environment every time you navigate. The JavaScript window and document objects retain their state across page changes, and any of the objects you leave in memory stay in memory. So that's the thing you have to watch out for when using TurboLinks. But good night, good night, or good night, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for lurking as you usually do. Appreciate it. See you on Friday. So your browser automatically loads and evaluates script elements present in the initial page load. When you navigate to a new page, TurboLink looks for any script elements in the new page's head which aren't present on the current page, then appends them to the current head, where they're loaded and evaluated by the browser. You can use this to load additional JavaScript files on demand. TurboLinks evaluates script elements on the page's body each time it renders the page. You can use inline body scripts to set up per page JavaScript state or bootstrap client-side models to install behavior or to perform more complex operations when the page changes. Avoid script elements and use TurboLink's load event instead. Annotate the script element with TurboLink's eval false if you do not want TurboLinks to evaluate them after rendering. Note that this annotation will not prevent your browser from evaluating scripts on initial page load. Loading your application JavaScript bundle. May always make sure to load your application JavaScript bundle using script elements in the head of your document. Otherwise, TurboLinks will reload the bundle with every page change. If you have traditionally placed scripts at the end of the body tag for performance consideration, consider using the script defer attribute instead. It has a widespread browser support. That's one thing we haven't done, is we haven't added defers to our JavaScript. Do we want to do these reload tags? I guess we have to look at what this what reload does. But I think we want to add defers to all our JavaScript. I want to put this last. Do I need to include this JavaScript tag? Let's find out. I'm including TurboLinks, so I guess so. Let's see. Yeah, so if I don't want this present until I get to the other page, I could just disable this or move that this application or this speech recognition JavaScript and have it render for that page. But you should also consider configuring your assets package system to fingerprint each script that has an URL with its contents. Then you can use the retract attributes to force a full page reload when you deploy a new JavaScript bundle. So okay, so that's what it's doing. That's what I need. Okay, fine. So maintains a cache or recently visited pages. Access the network restoration. When navigating by history, TurboLinks will restore the page cache without loading a fresh copy. Otherwise, the standard navigation. So one thing that I've noticed with the TurboLinks navigation is it screws up the bottom bar. This guy. So if we go to, yeah, like that. It's doing this. So if the contents don't span the full height of the page, it does that. But then if I refresh, it snaps to the bottom. TurboLinks maintains a cache of recently visited pages. This so two purposes. So when navigating in restoration history, TurboLinks restores the page from cache without loading a fresh copy. Otherwise, during the standard navigation, TurboLinks would immediately restore a page from cache, and just like that. Preparing the page to be cached. Listen for TurboLinks before cache event. If you need to prepare the document or TurboLinks caches it, you can use this event to reset forms, collapse expanded UI elements, tear down any third-party widgets so the page is ready to be displayed again. I might need to actually do this because I noticed that it sometimes it caches this button being on. So I'm gonna close. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I'm able to replicate this. So this button's trigger is flipped on. I'm gonna close this page. And then I'm gonna reopen it and see what happens. Oh, it didn't. Oh, I guess it has to happen when I think I'm only able to replicate it when I close the browser and reopen it. I think that's when I replicate it. Let's try that. Close Chrome. And let's open it up again. And then let's go to the page and sort of reload it. And what the hell? When does it cache it then? Whatever. Whatevs. Weird. TurboLinks adds a TurboLinks preview attribute to the main HTML when it displays a preview from cache. You can check the presence of this attribute selectively by enable disable this or disable preview when you can check the presence of this attribute to selectively enable or disable preview when a preview is visible. Opt out of caching. You can control caching behavior on a per page basis by including TurboLinks cache control element in your page's head and declaring a cache directive. Use no preview. Use the no preview directive to specify that a cache version of this page should not be shown as a preview during an application visit. Pages marked on no preview will only be used for restoration visits. To specify the page should not be used for cache at all, then do that.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal.
So new DOM elements can appear on the page at any time by way of Ajax, request handler sockets, or client owner. You can handle all these updates, including updates to TurboLinks page loads in a single place, and the convenience of lifecycle callbacks provided at TurboLinks sister framework Stimulus. I don't think you care about that. Oftentimes you want to do client-side transformation HTML received from the server. For example, you might want to use the browser's knowledge of the user's current time zone to group a collection of elements by date. Suppose if you annotate an elements with the date timestamp attribute indicating the element's creation times in UTC, you have a JavaScript function that queries the document for all elements, converts the timestamps to local time, and inserts the date headers before the elements occur on a new day. Consider what happens if you've configured this function to run on TurboLinks load. When you navigate to the page, your function inserts date headers. Navigate away, the TurboLinks saves a copy of the transfer page to cache. Now press the back button. TurboLinks restores the page to the load, fires load again, and your function inserts the second phase. To avoid this problem, you may make your transformation function an idempotent. The idempotent transfer is safe to apply multiple times without changing the results beyond its initial application. One setting for making this transformation idempotent is keep track of whether you're already performed the setting a date attribute. Yeah, okay. Persisting elements across page loads. So TurboLinks allows you to mark certain elements as permanent. Permanent elements persist across page loads, so that any changes you make to those elements do not need to be reapplied after navigation. Consider TurboLinks applications with shopping cart. We're currently, I guess I could add this to the footer. Try that. Because the footer ain't gonna change. the footer. This is an attribute, so I need to do this. Displaying progress. So there is a progress bar that shows up, that's supposed to show up when you click on stuff. You just can't see it, I believe. Go full refresh. So they do suggest to disable the progress bar entirely. Let me try adding this in and see if this works to try to show the progress bar. We'll change it to, I guess, whatever, green's fine. Whatever. All right, so if I click, it's not showing the progress bar. Okay. Whatevs. I didn't want you to show up anyway. If you made the paragraph next to the video on the column, and the one column is shorter, look a lot cleaner. Are you talking about this guy right here? Yeah, I still don't know what the final copy is going to be for this, by the way. Some of the copies going to change, like right here I have lorem ipsum here, stuff like that. So I'm not sure what the final copy is going to be, and this is probably going to be a lot. This might be smaller. I'm not even sure what the final size of this is going to be. But this is going to, I want this to turn in, this is going to end up being an animated GIF, or like a GIF V, whatever. Like, it's going to be a little video. An animated GIF of showing the closed captioning in progress. Yeah, so there's definitely a little bit of tweaks going on here and there right before we go live. Basically, next week is going to be spending a little bit of time polishing up the submission, and then just trying to do any other bonus point stuff we can get done. By default, TurboLinks only loads URLs the same origin. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, one thing we need to check is, I think one thing I forgot to do was, I click update stream. Yeah, I need to code up the what do you call it? The notification, or when you click update stream, when you click the button, you get confirmation that it's saved. That's for sure what we have to do. Yeah, part of me almost want to get rid of turbo links, basically. Because of the quirkiness that it's giving us. For the footer and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting rid of it. It's because it does this weird footer stuff and some other weird stuff. Like it didn't reinitialize on off button, for example. I go here and click back. Somehow I was able to do that. Oh, there it goes. You're not into weird footer stuff either. Cap of Pride. Cap of Pride. Yeah, I might switch it just to do either on load or I guess content load. I think if I remove, yeah, it won't be too much of a bother to remove it because there's just a couple spots in the code I think I need to swap the listener. I think it's up here in the packs. Yeah, switch from doing add event listener for TurboLink's load to the DOM content loaded. And I think in order to remove it, all I have to do is that, I think. So if I refresh this, things should kind of break because TurboLinks is now gone. It's annoying that it does this snap down. But if I switch this to, oh, whoa. There is one other spot I think I'm listening to content loaded. Okay, so check here. No, that's fine. Here. And there. Let's see. There's a couple other places I think I might have that listeners for cleaning up. No, not here. The service is purposely encapsulated away from right here. This navigation away listener is where it would clean up. This might not even fire anymore. We have this listening. We have the modals working again. Let's turn this off. Turn that on. So that's all working good. There. So now by getting rid of the TurboLinks caching, we got rid of all the weird stuff that was happening. when it's trying to cache the page loads. So now we're doing full re-renders of the page, but our website is fairly lightweight. And by fairly, it's very lightweight. There's not much going on. So I think we're safe. Maybe we'll just like defer the JavaScript. Yeah, and then we don't have to worry about lingering event listeners across page loads. So that's nice. Okay, we got time to add in the save, add it back in the saving alert. So let's close this, close this. Display success. This is where we need to make the change. So we need to add in the success fabulous. Or not the fabulous, it's the toast. Whatever the hell it is. Snack bar. So this is where we get to use the snack bar. Where did I put this? Did I put the snack? I wonder where I put this old code for the snack bar. Was it here? Do I have to put the copy in here? Or can I just inject it with the copy? Long text should be positioned below snack bar. It'd be nice if I can just pass it. Looks like I can't label text. Oh, okay. So you can. Label text, action button text. Yeah, so you can overwrite this. So let's try doing this. We're gonna add this to the layout file. We'll put it in main. The header. Yeah, we'll put it in main. Get rid of these closing tags. We don't need closing tags where we're going. So this is a sibling of label. Is the action, and then button goes this way. Is a child of that. So get rid of that. We gotta get rid of this. Get rid of that. So this turns into a period. This goes away. That. So goes here. This turns into a %. And then this goes into curly braces. Copy and paste. Oh no. What was it supposed to be? It was supposed to be a type button for an attribute. Get rid of these lines, go back like this, and so this is just a div, so I can just do that. Again, this is a div, so I can go here and just delete that like so. And what I need to do now is I need to move this up into an attribute. So now we have the role is status, but we need to keep this quote here, comma. Oh, pseudo kid with the raid. Red alert, guys.
Red alert. Red alert. Verison, guys. We're being raided. 6 viewers. Pseudo kid. Play guy self. Put up your defenses. Red alert.
Thank you very much, pseudo kid, for the raid and the 6 people. How are you doing this evening? This hump day? How you doing? And welcome to the Goose Nest, everyone. It's a buff seagull. What? I know that person. I've seen him in the chatters. I've seen him in the chatterverse. We doing good? You're doing good. All right, that's what I like to hear. What were you working on tonight? I should really like find like, it'd be nice if there was like a Hamel conversion tool for VS Code. Meme Vessel, what up? Adam Hack, I love that emote. Twitch Auto Raider. I know, we need a Twitch Auto Raider. What's up, guys? Wasn't following. I know, I forget to follow people all the freaking time, and then it feels so awkward when I'm like, yeah, I wasn't following you, but I was following you. But thank you very much, Buff Seagull. Welcome to the Goose Nest. Really appreciate the follow. And there's one more following up right after that.
I feel the need for speed.
I rate the small streamer 100 reviews right now. Ooh. But thank you very much, Meme Vessel. Love the name for the follow. Welcome to the Goose Nest, guys. Right now we're working on improving our Twitch extension for the Twitch extension competition. So the Twitch extension that you currently see right now on the screen, if you're on desktop, that's displaying, but I'm speaking. It's usually thinking I'm saying something completely different. But that's what we're working on. We're working on a closed captioning extension for the masses. Extremely easy to use. Goes over as a video overlay. Click and drag, move it around if you want, hide it, all type of good stuff. You off to bed? All right, have a good night. Thank you very much for that raid. Really appreciate it. I suggested to during the Twitch dev talk today, I popped in the idea of having it auto raid your Twitch team. So hopefully that goes somewhere eventually. Yeah, this is not Pug because we are we're using Hamel because right now this is our Ruby on Rails server. So Hamel is very well integrated with Ruby on Rails and ERB. So yeah, we're working on the UI for the Ruby on Rails on the server. For this, the extension is written in React, but this guy is written in the server is written in Rails. So we went from about a week, we went from looking like this to looking like this. Such a Phoenix and Elixir. I've been a Ruby on Rails developer for like almost 7 years now, off and on. So that's my bread and butter. Ruby is a beautiful language. It's a very nice language. So yeah, we went from this to this. Yeah, but this is currently what my beta testers are using in production. Not tasters, testers. Yeah, so we're trying to polish things up right before we right before the end of the competition to make it look mwah, primo perfecto. At least as much as we can. Beta tasters. I mean, technically, they are beta tasters because when you're doing development, the poison is the bugs. Yeah, I've heard about Elixir and stuff like that, but I mean that and you know, yeah, a lot of Ruby on Rails developers love Elixir. Yeah, I've heard about that and stuff like that, but I mean, just go with. I dabble on other stuff, but when I want to build something, just go with what I know and what I know what to do well. So, and I need to iterate on this project quick. So, why iterate? Why try to learn something and build something for a competition when you're just trying when you already know what to do, or you already know what you're doing, and you just have to figure out how to do it. Plus, functional languages. Functional languages are good and bad depending on who's writing the code. Okay, so we were adapting the snack bar code. DC snack bar. Let's do that. And then what was the doc saying about the snacker bar? So we have it here, I guess, and then all we have to do is over here somewhere. Play success, so copy that here. Let's see. Get sets the context for the action button element. All right, let's see. So we have the snack bar. So for the snack bar, I say label text, and I say saved, and then snack bar action button text is equal to okay. But how you guys doing? How has the week been treating you guys? So close on escape is open. So then we just call snacky bar dot open. And hopefully that works. We're not gonna know. So we give it the old refresh and try. So let's take a looky see. Oh, I'm getting raided.
Red alert, guys. Red alert. Open defenses. We're being raided by Pyro Shade. 2% raid. Prepare you guys. Prepare yourself. Watch your booties. This is gonna get it.
How is the arena game coming along, Pyroshade? Got a couple interviews lined up. Oh man, that's good. It's always good to have a couple interviews because the first one is almost always the most grueling because you have to warm up to getting interviewed again. And then after that, you're like, okay, I'm in the groove, and the subsequent interviews get easier. Unless you just don't give two shits and then you just interview. Oh, MDC snack bar, that's right. We have to do MDC. Hold on. We need to check the Windows variable window. MDC dot MD Snack? That's snack bar. Okay. Snack bar. Yeah. What's shaking my dude? We're working on your landing page? Yes, you can. Links are shareable here. I feel like it's a must to have links enabled for development streams. Of course, unless you're dealing with like have a lot of viewers and your chat can be kind of toxic. And it's just an image, even better. Oh my god. This is sexy. I like this. I like this. I really do. Beautiful. Nice and slick, minimal, straight to the point. I dig it. Ooh, it worked. How long does it take to go away? Okay. It worked. Ba-da-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. Optional dismiss. It's not that obvious. You've been refining for some days now? Well, it's paid off. It looks good. The color of the snack bar is a little eh. I think, unless it's documented anywhere else. You made a logo for your Glory Arena. Oh. You didn't realize a cake? Yep, it's live. The two different links. All right, we got in the next one. There you go. I like this touch right here. I see where we're going with this. Is it supposed to be like are you trying to go for like a kind of like a fiery effect? Out of curiosity. Vaguely fiery, gotcha. I like this logo. Yeah, this part I'm not 100% sure on, but like where you're going with this looks really good. Yeah, this, like the logo you have down, I like this logo. This logo I like. You know, just like the effect of the G and stuff. And then the A, how you did it. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on the fiery effect yet. But I guess like you have to see it in full context, right? I'm only looking at this in a vacuum, so. Yeah, you can do different designing on the lettering, yep. But you already have the baseline. Nice job. Good progress. So it looks like there isn't anything specific about here. Okay, so here's the SAS mix and stuff. So color. So they're referencing a color variable. I think if I just nudge it up a little bit, it would look better. Let's see, so color, shape, width, max width, elevation, so it's the elevation of the snack bar. Position leaning. Position the snack bar on the leading edge of the screen. Left and right. So it looks like I can't lift it up and down, so I just have to change that. Okay, I get you, different from the shading. That's cool. Nice. More work, more stuff than more than I know about doing that type of stuff. Okay, looks like I just have to do stylistically, or in the style sheets, just target how I want that to be positioned. So let's see, so MDC snack bar, if I just move it up, so I just have to do bottom, let's do bottom like 20 and see what happens. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I know, electric longboard. That bot. Such a bot. I don't know. It's kind of like an annoying pet peeve that I have, that like people put random bots in your channel when you don't want them there. I guess what I can do is just reset the color. You have no idea what they do? Yeah. Yeah, you should just ban them from like joining the IRC channel. Because they're just joining the IRC chat. Okay, looks like we're about finished for tonight. What's up, Codephobia? How's it going, man? They don't do anything at all. That's the other problem too, is that they're sitting there and they take gift subs. That's the only other thing. So before they weren't that much of an issue, they're just sitting there. But once gift subs became a thing, now they just suck up gift subs. They'll end up taking a gift sub from somebody, especially in smaller channels. In bigger channels, it's not that much of a hindrance, but in smaller channels like myself and like all you guys, you know, if one of those bots gets a gift sub, it's like, oh wow, that's awesome. Cheat, thanks. But Shug. I know, it should target followers. Or there should be a checkbox. There should be a checkbox that lets you just target followers. How do I set the SAS variable? I've never actually dealt with SAS mixins. Not directly. I guess we can shell it for another night. I need to look this up. Leveraging SAS mixin. So sassy. Super sassy. Do 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 do. So I just do this include? Is that how? Is that how it happens? I'm not even sure if this is gonna work because the way we imported this, in all honesty, this is probably not gonna work. That's my expectation. Because this is not part of the build pipeline. The style sheets are coming from a global or from an include tag. Let's find out. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That broke. Yeah. I think it's the name. We're not yeah, we're not building with the CSS library because material design has an issue with building with Webpack. So we're including it to the CDN button. I can always just target the element directly instead of doing SAS mixins. So low down there. What are you doing so far down there? We're going big. Oh, okay. We can just do that. What's up, Soho? So once we set this, we're gonna call it a night, fellas. 64 pixels, we'll make it 70 pixels for MDC snack bar. Natalie's been dethroned. Has she? Where does it say that? Is it at the bottom? Oh, by Unor? Really? That's weird. I didn't know that happened. MDC. They were like tied, unless like Unor secretly wins to the channel. Interesting, because Natalie was ahead of him, even though she was the exact same donation, I believe. I'll have to tell her next time. MDC snack bar, bottom, 70 pixels. Let's see if this works. Close that. Refresh this. Whether this works or not, we leaving for tonight. Oh, no, it's nice to get one, yeah. So I moved it up better. Let's add 20. Let's add, since we did get progress on that, let's move it up to 9. Oops. Did not mean to click. You like that the leader doesn't track name changes? There's a spooky ghost, so a spooky Canadian maple syrup loving ghost that's messing with you. That's better. We'll just leave it like that. Okay. All right. We made a lot of great progress today. We have, let's turn this off real quick. We did some polish around here. We enabled this with Alka's help. We got this to actually animate in and out. And we got this to change colors to the green to make it very obvious when you're live and to show the remember. Maybe we can add a little bit of padding right there. You took it further. Let me see. Oh, with the gradient on the top. Oh, and then the X button right there. That's funny. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the X button because I want it to be a constant reminder. I want it to be a constant reminder. Aw, custom boy. Yeah, I might do the gradient, maybe not. We'll see. That's really cool. Another untitled work by Alka. Yeah, so we have that. We have this page going for us. We got the subtle background color change. Everything's looking really, really solid. This all works too. We tested this out. Oh yeah, and then we have this thank you. Thank you. So mucho loves for that. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch this out to be maybe what we'll work on Friday is switching this out to be an actual icon, a person icon. Instead of just saying icon, saying sign out, it'll be a little icon of your Twitch profile image, and when you click on that, a little drop down will pop down a menu, and then that has the sign out, and then that menu will also allow us to have additional thing. I guess we can also have like a question mark button up here or in there for help and stuff like that. Manufacturer Love Day? No, not really. At least not that day because it's just too crazy. But there is going to be gonna do dinner and stuff like that over the weekend instead of going with the mad rush. We're gonna do some Japanese food. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to say it was your birthday, but but if that's the way it's gonna be.
Attention, everyone. Caption in the chat. Tomorrow is going to be Lurking Cat's birthday. We won't be streaming tomorrow, but can you give her a feels birthday man in the chat? We also have our wonderful birthday command. Oh no, it's broken. It doesn't exist. It's broken. No. Sorry. But yeah. A feels birthday man in the chat for Lurking Cat. Congratulate her on another year.
Here's a heart animation I made earlier today. Whoa. Weird. That's cool. I think the voice changer, now we're just gonna go, we're done for today. So now we're just going on we're going on tangents right now. Let's see, the voice changer had something weird for one of the menus. Birthday rock. You see, they have these birthday voice changers. Let's see, what does this one? Let's see. Birthday reggae.
Birthday reggae. Happy birthday. I can see.
What does this do? Oh my god.
Hello? No. No.
That sounds way too weird. I have some custom voice if you want to weird people out. I have this software, so oh well, I guess I only do like 2 or 3 voices. Sounds like a birthday to me. I only ever do 3 different voices. I do the I have this is the one that you guys hear me always use, and then if I ever sound like a demon, it's this one. Do one that makes you sound cool. Okay, wait, hold on. There, I turned it on. Don't I sound so cool now? So cool. Actually, I wonder if there is like a, let me see. There's a Santa one, a sleepyhead, poison, hamster, evil, bot, cave, chipmunk, baby, crazy.
Yes, this sounds cool, right? I totally sound cool, right? I mean, like, totally. You can't just be amazed at how it sounds. I mean, listen to me. See me. I'm just so cool. Welcome to the cool club. A 3.
Letting a toot out. But the evil one's my favorite one. This one.
Yeah. Hello. This is my favorite one because it makes you sound super evil, and then when you laugh, you're like, ha 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 ha.
That's my favorite one. That's not good on the voice though. All right. Last year highlighters, this year fonts. Okay, guys, we're cueing the outro. Boom, boom. It's that time to say goodbye to all the company GOOSEMAN? Something. Alright guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the raids, Pyroshade, Pseudo Kid. Thank you for all the follows. Natalie for the 16 months of sub love. Rockberg for the 1500 bits. Nick Larson for the prime sub. Rockberg for the host also. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for all the support. Tell her to say hi. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out and keeping me company and helping me out as we're building up this stuff. Yeah, so I think we are almost done with website stuff. I think I need to put in the privacy policy information, and we are good for the website redesign. We just have to work on assets and bonus features for the extension. So I will see you guys on Friday and give a Feels birthday man for Cat. Don't want to get fined by the EU. I know. I need a privacy policy, terms and privacy policy to go with the GDPR BS. So have a good night, guys. And I will see you on Friday. Take my breath away.